We're hoping this works this time. Yes, technical side, very, very. Yeah, maybe we should. Do we have anybody watching that does any of that technical stuff? That'd be good.
Yeah, because we need some lessons.
It's, you know, we're not exactly. Yeah.
So welcome to episode 9 of Live with Jill and Frank. And tonight we are talking about tarot. My name is Jill Petrie. I am a psychic medium and an author and teacher and minister.
And my name is Frank, and I'm a coach, boundless mind coach, and I'm also a mystic guide. So I help people on their path, on their spiritual journey, whatever that actually is. It's not a secular thing. It's more of a wherever you're at, we embark on that journey together, and I help you get where you want to get. And so, what are we talking about tonight?
So tonight we're going to be talking about tarot.
All right.
So we're going to be talking about different things that have to do with tarot, but we're going to be discussing like different types of cards, different types of readings, things that
So
have
what's
to
a tarot?
do with the tarot. What is a tarot? So a tarot is a deck of cards.
That's it. Oh, okay. Well, I got a bunch of those. We play poker with the boys with them.
And people tell tarot with poker cards too.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, really.
look at that. Could it be that they're related somehow?
Well, it started with regular cards, for real.
Well, they're exactly the same. The same four suits and the same, except they changed hearts, spades. Spades would be swords.
They
Hearts
added
would be
a
cups.
few because a regular deck of cards has 52. Normally, a tarot deck has 78.
Yes,
it
the
can-
22
it can
trumps
vary.
is a different, and there's also four what do you call the
Jokers.
face cards? The face cards or whatever because it's not just the three, it's four.
You're
There's
talking
a-
about the world. There's more than 4.
The princess, the prince, the princess, the
and the
knight, and the,
prince.
well, depending on which deck you're using again.
You're talking
Okay, we're
about-
gonna get to that, people.
Talking about the cups, swords.
No, I'm talking about the four
One.
the four face cards. The knight, the king, the
ace,
queen,
king,
and the
queen. But there's also a knight and a jack.
that's what I'm mentioning. Well, no, those are regular cards. I'm talking
I know,
about
but
tarot
we
cards.
mixed
That's
it
not what
up.
they're called. That's not what they're called in the tarot.
Okay.
But
So-
some tarot cards are different. Like the Crowley deck that I use is very different. It uses different wordings for them. There's a few different decks that use, but basically it's the idea of the prince, the princess, and the queen and the king. Which
So
are
basically, I work with the weights version.
the Rider Waite.
Yeah, that's my go-to deck. In fact, I have like 4 decks like this.
So for those
and-
that don't know,
That's this side, and these are really shiny.
oh well, wait a minute, that's a different version. That's not the basic Rider Waite.
No, it's not basic, but it's based off of that. Like it's
That
you
is
know,
not the
do
basic.
have
That's the basic
basic.
Rider Waite. I have it right here. That's the one, right here. Chill.
yeah.
That's the Rider Waite. Yes, very different. Well, it's beautiful though. It looks nice.
No, the
Looks
cards are
very nice.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're too shiny.
Well, but they keep the colors though, because the colors are very important in the
Oh, yeah.
Rider. Okay. Because some of the because there's a million decks that take the Rider Waite, right, and change some stuff, but some of them change the colors and they're very important symbolically. But then again,
Okay.
I use stuff like the Golden Dawn one, which is very, very different than anything
So I'm
else.
just gonna show a few of my decks.
Cool.
That I don't normally use because, like I said, this one that I have here is my favorite.
So you like to collect them as well?
I have collected them because I thought I was going to use them, but I just don't resonate with them. This one actually is kind of cool. These cards are round.
But that's is that a tarot deck or an oracle deck?
Tarot. Tarot. I
Really?
don't like oracle
So it's 78.
cards.
It's 78. It's 78 cards, 22 trumps. Oh my god.
I don't care for oracle cards. A lot of people like oracle cards. There's nothing wrong with oracle cards. Absolutely. It just doesn't resonate with me. It's just not something that I like. But
I like
have
them.
quite a few decks.
I like them simply because, like, see, I believe that everything in life has a purpose. Like, the universe is constantly giving us feedback. Like, everybody's always going like, "Oh, please God, give me a sign," right? And it's like, dude, you're receiving signs like left, right, and center nonstop. You're just unaware of them. So when you start reading them, which the tarot kind of ties into that as well, it becomes different, right? Holy moly, how many do you have?
Plenty.
So, so what defines the tarot? Okay, because you say the tarot versus oracles. So what else is in the tarot? So we mentioned there's, the four. There's the deck of cards, the regular one.
Some people read tarot intuitively, meaning like they'll like look at the picture and whatever comes to them is how they're going to read it, or some people just go by the book. Different tarot decks have different books with different meanings. I read intuitively unless I get stuck. When I get stuck and I can't like determine which way to go, I'll either go by the actual meaning or I'll use my pendulum depending on what the situation is.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. So you'll kind of go to the pendulum to break whatever indecision you might have or whatever. Like if you're
that doesn't really happen often, but I mean it has happened.
Oh, that's kind of cool actually. It's kind of a good idea.
So,
and so what about the other 22 cards then?
What about
the 22 trump cards?
So there's the. Wait up! I was pulling this out real quick. That's another discussion, but I just wanted to pull it up. So there are 50 minor arcana cards in the tarot deck. Why don't you go through yours since you have the original? Like just pull out a couple of the
which one?
ones.
You want
Like
me to
the
go through
minor.
the 22 cards, the major arcana.
Yeah.
The 22 cards. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so
There's
you want me to go
56
through the
cards.
cards? Oh, the 50 you
Show
mean.
a couple of them. That's 56. There's 56.
The 56, you want me to show some of those? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one of the things that's really nice about this deck is how expressive it is. Like, if you look, let's say, at the 5 of wand. Why do I suck so much at this? Okay, so 5 of wands, and then on top of it, I'm going to try to do this for us. All right, here we go. So the 5 of wand. Now, all the 5s, and this is a function. Now, this is something that I tie to the tarot myself in my practice, and that's the Tree of Life. And the tarot fits on the Tree of Life. The 10 circles are the 10 cards of the suit, like 1 to 10, and the 22 paths are the 22 major arcana cards. And the 5s represent Mars, because the number 5 on this card, the circle at the 5, those are all cards representing 5. So any of the Mars. So any of the 5s in the deck are cards of maybe not bad omen, but they're not good cards. They're cards that are bringing an energy that is very dynamic and very, like here we have a strife, right? This is the fire energy wands. The wands are the representative of the element of fire. And so it is the fire of Mars. So that is the most, extreme expression, if you will, in a sense. And so it is fighting, it is destruction, it is, strife. Like, that's the best word I can come up with, anyways. So that's one of them. But the pictures, what I was trying to get to was that the pictures are very indicative. So when you see the card, you immediately think, oh yeah, okay, they're fighting. When you look at, here's a good one, wait up. Let me see. Now, the bigger the number, the more the power itself, because I see the tarot as being, it's made of the powers of the elements. So the cups are the element of water. The swords are the element of air. The wands are the element of fire. And the discs are the element of earth. And so when you look at it this way, what happens is now, and going from 1 to 10, 1 will be, the ace will be the purest form of the energy, whereas 10 will be the most materialist form. So the 10 of disc would be basically absolute material success, right? Like that would be your riches. You're going to get material success. So if you look at that card in this deck, you'll see, if I recall, it's a guy on a throne surrounded by his coins. I have to find it. No, the 10 is okay. Yeah. It's basically, it's like a king looking over his kingdom. Like it is accomplished. It is not even, there's no more movement. It's like we're there. We've managed it. We have the lands. We have everything is settled. Everything is under control, right? Whereas as if you look at other expressions of yeah, that would be too complicated to explain. How about you go through a few?
So let's talk about the scary cards.
The scary cards, yes. Okay, good idea. Very good idea.
So like if someone gets
Can we unscary them?
the death card, for instance, or
That's a great card.
the tarot, the devil card,
Yes.
they may be fearful. It can mean a lot of different things, and it doesn't necessarily mean exactly what is said in the book. It can, but it can also just mean what your reader interprets it to read. So
Well, that
mortified. Okay, here we go. So death doesn't mean
there we
like
are.
people that don't do tarot may think, "Oh God, I'm gonna die." No,
Yeah.
that's not what this means. This
It
could
could.
actually be a good card because it could mean like the end of a relationship or something,
it.
along those aspects. And if you're in a bad relationship, this could be a great card. So it just depends on the situation.
It's a transition card.
Right.
Now, because, see, if you view death as a transition, then you understand that, okay, so the death they speak of there is the death of one thing to allow for the rebirth of a new thing. And so, yes, in that respect, it shows a good thing.
Right. And it can be like a good situation. So, I mean, it can be the end of a bad situation, so that would make it a good situation.
That's it.
Now, the tower card, that can
Yeah.
mean like devastation, or that can also mean the end of something, something that maybe you're not expecting. It just depends on the reader and what they pick up in the card, if they're intuitively reading it. Now the devil could be something along the lines of maybe addiction, or something like that. Like it
Materialism, consumerism, anything materialistic, and of the senses, of sexual, of any basal. Well, basically everything that the devil represents, but in its proper form, not in its distorted form that we're presented as the devil.
So, guys, if you just joining us, say hello in the chat, and I will be giving away a free tarot deck this afternoon. This afternoon.
Wow.
Oh gosh, after this live. So, interact with us in the chat, share out the live, for your chance to win.
Oh, there's somebody, Amy. Yay! Hey.
Amy, hey.
Oh, good.
Hey, Miss Juanita.
I'm glad you guys. Okay, you guys got to chime in like this, because aside from that, I'm clueless who's on with us, because I don't get to see it.
On.
Like, yeah,
and that
we
drives
can't.
us crazy.
Yeah.
So, something else. Let me just mention this. A lot of people think that they should read card, and I'm not saying they shouldn't. Let me rephrase myself. A lot of people that read tarot think that they need to read cards that are in reverse. I'm the person that's got my cards all right in my deck. Like, I don't do reverse.
Same here.
And if they fall, if something falls in reverse, I will not read it. I will stick it back in my deck. I won't read a card that falls either. I'll stick it back in my deck. If something falls in reverse, it's not getting read in reverse. Because, and the reason I feel that way is, there's many cards that mean the same thing in the deck. If something is meant to be said to a person, it's going to come from a different card. It's not, there's no need to read in reverse.
Amy says same thing with her. She oh, sorry, was I on the screen? Oh, sorry guys, I keep on it should have been you on the screen. I thought it was you.
And I don't read cards that jump out, mainly because I don't let my cards jump out. Like, I'm too neat.
Amy says jumper cards are her jam, though.
And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do that, and I'm fascinated with it. Sometimes I'll sit down and watch tarots just to watch the card slot. But
I get it, yeah.
It's just not something it's not the way I do it.
I have a friend who is constantly dropping like mass amounts of cards, and it's like this jumble, but it all makes sense. Like, she all ties it together. You're like, wow, okay, this is whatever you've got going. It's like a spider doing because she's like shuffling 3 decks at the same time, and like she does all this weird stuff, but it all ties in together and it all comes through. It makes sense eventually, but wow, it's something. So yeah, the bottom line is, it doesn't even matter whether the tarot is a tool meant to access something that we already have inside us, right? So we already have the past, the future. We already have all the answers. What we're doing with the tarot is we're using a tool that was created with enough variety in the cards so that we can detail relationships. That's what I was going to get to when you were talking about reversed cards. When I was learning the tarot, somebody said something that stuck with me for like ever since. They said, when you look at tarot cards, look at them as individuals. So if you throw a party somewhere, you might have some people that get along with each other and some people that totally can't stand each other, right? And so in your tarot deck, it's the same thing. So as you're learning your cards, learn them as individuals. And all of a sudden, you kind of go like, oh, okay, well, when I have a sword beside a disc, sometimes things might not go that well. Or if I have a fire and a water, if I have a cup and a wand, and so now you start thinking in relationships, and it works better than reversals. Like, you kind of go, oh, okay, no, it's beside these other cards, so yeah, it might not mean what I thought it meant. For me, that kind of worked when he explained it that way, and it kind of created but I have many different ways of looking at the tarot at the same time. Like, I have the way, because I view the tarot as well as a book. It describes the process of creation. It describes the process of magic. It describes the process of everything in life is included in the 22 major trump cards. The other cards they're good for divination and stuff, but the story, like the book, is the 22 cards. And fact that nobody knows really, or not a lot of people know, is that the Fool goes at the front and or at the back of the deck,
Yes.
because that card is actually like it's the new beginning, it's the rebirth, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, not sort of, but that's actually
If
it.
someone starting something, a new journey.
Yeah. I really have to put the camera on the right person. Maybe I should just
I
leave
tried
them
and I
sideways.
can't.
Oh.
That's
is
what I've been
going on?
messing with. It won't. Something's
wait up.
wrong today.
Oh. Okay, wait up. What is happening? Oh, I know. Okay, there we are.
Okay. got
The little arrow on us, the little diagonal arrow, it has to be both off. See, if I put yours, then you go on.
Okay, I didn't want
And
to touch
then
that because I was scared it would
If I
kick
put
us out.
mine.
All right.
Yeah, I know it. That's just what we need today.
So, Amy, what's your favorite deck?
Yeah, good question. Okay.
She's thinking about it.
I don't mind.
And do you do Oracle as well, or just straight tarot?
Light Sears.
Light Sears.
I've seen that.
Where is it?
Light Sears. Okay.
Ooh,
I'm looking it up online.
it's right here, Frank.
Well, yeah, but I want to see like some of the cards, right? Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
The cards are beautiful.
They are. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
Amy, do you
the
read,
yellow one.
by the book, or do you intuitively read?
Wow, it's actually affordable too. It's not bad. Oh, it sounds special.
Amy
Oh,
says
there
she
they are.
reads like a dream intuitively.
Oh, the Magician is beautiful. Oh
Yeah,
my
they have
God.
some nice cards.
Oh wow.
Okay, so let's see.
Huh.
Did you catch the word or the phrase of the day?
You said, I think it was good vibe or something. You put it on.
Okay. Phrase of the day is good vibes. So if you comment good vibes in the chat, we'll put you down in the drawing to win the deck of tarot cards. Are we going to be talking about tarot for 1 week, Frank, or is this a multiple?
We probably will have to get back to it. I mean, it's such a vast subject.
Okay.
The tarot ties into astrology. It ties into, I mean, the tarot. Like I say, the tarot. If you said to me, you can give me one single thing, and then I leave and I go on a deserted island for the rest of my life, but I need to somehow on that deserted island potentially reach enlightenment or get at least somewhat closer, and you
Well, then
can
who
give
you
me
gonna
one
talk to?
thing, I would give you these 22 cards and say this will give you everything you need, because it does in symbols. It was designed in a way because our subconscious mind only understands like it. Okay, well, here's my theory. Now that's going to be, not, it's a theory. It's not a, between bracket magicians, could not pass down the knowledge because they were going to get persecuted, they were going to get whatever, and the way to transfer knowledge, the way magic uses to transfer knowledge is not through words, because words have limitations. Words can only describe so much. They can't, there are deeper topics that words can't, because you're trying to talk to your subconscious, and your subconscious doesn't understand words, but it gets images, it understands images. So they designed a book that would not, back when the library was being burnt in Egypt or whatever, they're back, not in Egypt, was it Egypt? Back when the big library there that had all the knowledge got burnt, they wanted to save the knowledge in something that would not be a book, that would not appear. And so they made these cards, and then with the cards they made these other cards that were a game, and they put it all together and said, oh, it's a game, look, there's a game. And so the cards kind of went under the radar for the longest time. But in the meantime, what ends up happening is that because of the symbols on the cards, people awaken with them. People sort of like absorb the symbols. And if you learn to read the symbols, then it's even deeper, right? Then you start understanding because each card is also assigned either a sign of the zodiac or a planet or one of the elements. You can assign a Hebrew letter to it, and Hebrew letters have like insane magical meanings attached to them. The tarot is a huge universe that can lead in so many directions. Like this whole magic thing being one of them. Like this is the one I know. This is the one I've worked with. But there's also like so much more as well, right? There's so many other directions I've seen people go with it. It's
So how do you choose which deck you're going to use? Or you just use one deck?
in my case, the one I favorite. Well, okay, so I have this deck. It's the Golden Dawn deck. This deck sits on my altar. It's a very colorful deck, very simple deck. But the major arcana is like absolutely beautiful on it. For divinate, if I ever decide that I want to use a deck for doing like a little divination or something, sometimes I'll go with the Raider Waite. Like if I want to use all the cards, but I rarely do divinations with it.
When you do a reading, do you use tarot and oracle at the same time? Or
No.
Either or? No.
I barely use tarot. That's the whole thing. I don't really do readings much. Like I use the tarot as a meditation tool because of the symbols. I meditate on the symbols, on what they mean, on what it is that I see, on what is the essence of the card, right? And what does it, how does it feel in a way? I get to know the character, if you will, in a way. But also because, like I say, right, each card is also a part of our process. It's part of it's part of the whole cycle of life. It describes our entire cycle as human beings, and it describes the cycle of creation. And so it goes from the fool embarking on a journey, and it is innocent and doesn't know, and it's like this bewilderment, right? That is spring. That is the spirit of spring, the spirit of the green giant, all the spring festivals. That's the fool. And then you get to the magician. In the magician, you start concentrating that force because it's now becoming older. It's taking all that energy and it's doing something out of it. It's going, wait a minute, like this can be, so it's the adult, if you will, right? And then now it gets kind of weird because you have, like, it's hard to explain without following the tree of life. That's where it gets complicated, and that probably should be a whole nother episode because I don't want to like take it in one direction and then stick with it, but you end up with the feminine and the masculine constantly being expressed in the tarot card. You end up with each elements of like I say, when I look at this, the 10 spheres they're called the Sephiroths, and they're aspects of our being, if you will, at multiple levels. Like this bottom one is basically matter, so any physical matter, ghosts and anything etheric matter, anything that is not physical but exists, right? Like it has a spirits, ghosts, God, elementals, all that stuff exists in this realm, in the etheric realm. Now, some of those beings and other ones would exist in the next 5, which is the next level, and that's the astral level. And that's where most of the interesting stuff happens. And then, well, I wouldn't know because above I have
Hi, Linda.
no clue. But that becomes the supernals. That's actually the Christian, when they say the word that's coming to my mind is triad, but that's not it. It's the the Holy Spirit, the Holy Father, and what am I missing? The Son? Yes. So the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, it's a bit of a perversion, but this is this is Keter, the crown, and then this is the Father and the Mother, the ultimate female and masculine energy. But as a when the Kabbalah looks at female energy or male energy, it looks more in terms of a negative, negative, and not negative in terms of bad, negative in terms of receiving, and positive in terms of giving. So it looks at the male energy as being the giving energy and the female energy as being the receiving energy. And so when they use the characters, when they use all the imagery, that's they represent by female and male characters those characteristics in parts. And in the tarot, well, they do that as well. They use the male and female. You have the high priest and you have the priestess, right? You always have the counterbalance, or the card counterbalances itself sometimes, like in the case of the Chariot, or the Wheel of Fortune.
So, Frank,
Yes.
is that what you refer to, that card there, like with chakras and energy centers?
Okay, wait up. Say that again. I didn't.
The card you were just showing, that thing on that card.
Oh,
The picture.
this. Okay, wait up. You know what? I have. Let me see if I can set up something a little better here. I think I can. And here. Oh, come on. Give me a few. It won't be long. I don't even know what you guys are seeing. I'm probably just holding a card like a dummy because I'm attempting to look for. Oh, this has a lot of interesting information. Does it show? No. Oh, come on. Okay. Let me see then if I do this. Okay, it opens this. But it will at least give us a better picture. Alright.
If you have it on your screen, you can share the screen.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to. There we go. All right. So now, do you see my my mouse, my little hand, when I
Yes,
share?
sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the colors are all wrong though, so no, I don't like this one. Sorry. Let me try again. Here, let me.
Welcome, Linda. For those of you just joining us, please comment, let us know you're here, where you're from, like and share the video, like and
I
share
like
the
this.
page, and
perfect.
to be put in a raffle to win
Oh,
a
no,
free
this is
tarot deck tonight. Type in
Definitely
good
not a
vibes
picture
in the
that's
chat.
for sale. I had found one, but turns out it's for sale, so it's probably not a good idea to use that one. But I want one that also shows the tarot cards. Ah, come on. Does this one? Oh, come on. Alright. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, that'll work. Now, how do I...
Frank is going to share with us a different system that well, I'm not going to say that I'm not familiar with.
It's just a complementary system. It's not
He
even...
He and I do similar work, but there is a little bit of differences in what we do. So we kind of learning each other right now, learning new things from each other.
See, Jill would have like more of an ability. Like Jill will do readings, right? She can do readings for people because that part of the tarot is comes easy to Jill. I would not. Don't call me and try to get a reading from me. That's not gonna happen. And nor would I recommend it. Nor would I recommend you pay more than $2 for it. But I mean, I don't know. No, I'm a little bit exaggerating here, but I am not the person that does tarot reading. I use the tarot as a completely different tool, as a meditation tool, mostly.
So I don't read with tarot often.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I do read with tarot. I have many tarot decks. But when I do paid readings, I don't usually use tarot unless it's requested.
Okay.
I just intuitively read and pick up on people's energy. And I definitely don't use tarot when I do mediumship. Not to say that it's wrong, because some people do use it. I just don't. But
Mhm.
I learned my mediumship, like the wares and the cracks that go with my tarot. Like that's where I focused my energy on when I started reading mediumistically, was through tarot. Not reading cards to connect with spirit, but I use it to open up my psychic abilities to have a better connection with spirit. If that makes sense.
It does. Definitely does. Yeah, that's actually it's interesting. Yeah. Well, because really it is those abilities. It's like that's I suspect when anybody, and I mean maybe Amy or anybody else can tell us their experience, but if you're drawn to tarot, like if you're going to tarot, wouldn't that be an indication in the first place that there's something deeper inside of you that has awoken? Like you're seeking, you're going like, okay, I need something that will let me see a little deeper than what I'm seeing, than what meets the eye. And the tarot, having been around for so long and having been so successful at it, people go to it and they go, oh crap, yeah, that's the tool, right? So there's I mean, we mention often the Akashic records, right? Like there's something in the Akashic records which, see, because when I speak of the Akashic records, like sometimes people talk about, you can regress into your own back life, into your own past lives, and that's one aspect of the Akashic records. But there's also the culmination of all of our lives. And so if billions of people have used the tarot, well, in the Akashic records, there's a huge imprint of the tarot because we've all used it. And so whenever you come across it, something inside you kind of goes, okay, what is it about those cards? What's different about them? Why is it people go, oh, those cards, right? Like, there's something. Now, a lot of it is in the symbols, because those symbols speak to us, because they're universal. They're not recognizable on an intellectual level until we learn them, but they're recognizable on a subconscious level. And so when we work with the tarot, we're waking up something. Like, using those symbols repeatedly kind of awakens little bits, and they become available to us.
So tarot is just a tool that people use, just like other tools like pendulums, dowsing rods, or Ouija board, tuning forks, those things. That it's just a tool that people use to get answers, clear answers when they doubt themselves, or to get guidance in their life. I don't read tarot for myself. I don't get readings either, though. Like a lot of people that do tarot readings won't read for themselves, because the reason is cards can mean different things to different people, and you're gonna sway with the side you want it to mean if you read for yourself. So a lot of people don't read for themselves. Now, some people do read for themselves, and that's okay too. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Personally, I don't read for myself. I don't like reading for people I know either, even though I have. Like if somebody begs me, but I really don't like reading for people I know because a lot of the times information that comes up is things that I probably know anyway. So if someone I know calls me for a reading, I usually try to send them to someone else.
Hmm.
Um, and that doesn't mean again that it's bad to read for someone you know. It's
That's
there's no right or wrong
personal,
way.
yeah.
It's just a preference thing. Um,
Yeah, you could even take the entire deck, like write your own book of meaning for every single cards, and provided you've made something that was fairly complete, like that allows to say, hey, you're angry, somebody's angry, or allows to say somebody's happy, like that has a range of then yeah, your system should work. And you could use banana peels, it doesn't have to be the tarot. Well, for divination anyways.
yeah, and people use like tea leaves, like
Yeah.
people read candles, like the wax on candles you can read. People read like crystal balls, like
Crystal balls, that's true.
and I mean there's so many different divination tools out there that people use. There's bones,
Yeah, that's true.
even sticks, lucky coins, like
The Yi King,
yeah, so
the-
many different things
yeah.
out there.
runes, charms.
Runes and
Charms, Amy says. Amy said
Yep.
charms.
Yep,
Good
there's
one, Amy.
a lot of different things.
And Amy says she doesn't read for herself either.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
That's
Just
see, I'm the
because
opposite. I only read for
say
me.
yourself, and I know a lot of people that read for themselves, but I just don't. And actually, I prefer not to get readings all in all. Like I just don't
Yeah.
care what's gonna happen, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not that it's wrong that people need guidance or want advice. I'm pretty much easygoing. Like
I know
whatever
what's
it
gonna
is, it
happen
is.
because I make it happen.
That's right.
That's all right, but that wasn't always the case though. So.
And voodoo dolls. I mean,
I like. Amy says she pulls one oracle card a day for herself, and if ever I was to get oracle cards, that would be the kind of thing I would do with them because I kind of like them. When I get to a store or something that has them, like I always stop, read them, and go, okay, this is my guidance for the day. Because look, it doesn't matter. I came across something on Facebook the other day. Somebody was saying, oh, I asked for a sign and I'm not sure where's the sign, and I said everywhere. Just look, just listen, just hear. Stop it. Stop looking for it. Just freaking listen to the one that's already there. It's there. It's all around you. It's like the universe speaks to you non-stop. Learn to listen. The tarot is one way that we can kind of chime on that and go, oh, okay, yeah.
and
But it's
anyone
everywhere.
can read tarot. Like anybody can do this.
Yeah.
This is not anything special. I'm not saying everyone is gonna feel comfortable or when they look at the card know what they're hearing in their mind because I mean if you're not trained you just you need a little instruction. But tarot basically if you want to get a tarot deck with the book and look up each card you turn, that works.
Actually, worse yet, I sometimes use an app.
Yeah, or an app.
Because I'm lazy. I just go, whatever. It'll shuffle for me. It'll do everything for me. It'll just draw the cards. It'll even offer the definition if I need it. So.
And something else we tried it one time and I forgot the name of it. But basically it's a reading and you take a book and let me get one of my books. So you just take a book, just a regular book, and you scroll through the pages and you stop on one and you put your finger
On the word.
where it is, like that's your reading. Any book.
Yeah. It's
It'll give you some insight on your life.
Okay, so this is gonna sound absolutely crazy. I think by now we're at episode 9. I probably already sound crazy half the
Everyone
time.
knows we're crazy.
So but here's the deal. Like I go in the forest a lot, Like, and today actually I was there and I was feeding deer, I was feeding birds. I have pictures. The birds were feeding on my hand. I mean, like, yeah. So I have a great relationship with the forest. But when I go to the forest, the sun speaks to me. And it's like, that's what I mean. Once you start listening, all of a sudden, signs, you're like, oh shit. Everything was a sign. Because like the world is a mirror. Mm-hmm. So if you want to know about yourself, if you want to know about the world, if you want, like, look at the reverse sometimes. Look at yourself, you'll know about the world. Look at the world, you'll know about yourself.
Anyone wanting to like tap into their intuition or try to develop some gifts, go in nature. Nature is where you will find yourself. Yes. Everything's in nature. So, you know, hang out more in the yard. I know it, like, those of you that are joining in from my area, I know that is like unheard of at this time of the year. But they have a cold front coming next week. So just go out in nature as much as you can. Like,
it's cold where I'm at.
My whole attitude changes when fall comes. Like, when a cold front comes in, like, I don't know, like the memories just come back from past falls. It's just my favorite time of the year.
What is you know what? I don't get that. That's the thing with women though. You guys have a cycle that somehow coincides with fall heavily, because
I love
every woman I know is always like, oh, fall, pumpkin latte spice thing. You know, it's like, dude, that's not coffee. But anyways, let's not go there. No, but I mean, everybody's jumping on that stuff. Like, there's a fever that happens, right? But guys are like clueless about it. We gotta go, yeah, it's pretty. Okay, cool. What's going on? What's up? Why is everybody going crazy? What's up with the $7 coffee? What's up with that? And so we're like, okay, all right. Like, I feel spring a lot more than I feel
spring
is
fall.
Okay,
but fall is I guess probably because I don't mind so much going from winter to a little bit warmer. But when you're hot in 100-degree weather for like 4 or 5 months, and the fall hits, it's like it's amazing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you melt all summer. That's true. It's very different. I'm up north,
I went
so
to
I don't.
town with my little cousin Monday, I think it was. Did I send you a picture, Frank? I was so hot, and now she's got air conditioning. Okay, I was so hot that I had to take my makeup off. I was soaking wet. Just like,
yeah, you guys get it very bad.
Summer's not my thing.
I'm in Canada, so we get, like, it's cold.
You should probably be getting a little cooler now, huh?
Yeah, I'm already outside. I wear a sweater and a jacket on top. Like, it's getting cold. Like today.
And I would smother if I
don't know. Hey Google, what's the temperature?
The temperature in Gatineau right now is 10 degrees.
It's 10 degrees Celsius. So that, hey Google, what's the temperature in Fahrenheit? Oh my God, I apologize to any user that has a Google. I probably woke every single one of your devices up. Sorry.
Well, it's 83 here right now and it's dark.
Okay, so I said 10 Celsius. Let me do it this way then. 10 Celsius. 50 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and I'm 83.
So right now we're 50 here. And that's fine. Like, that's super warm.
And when I say a cool front's coming, I'm talking about going from 94 to 82. Woohoo! It's not even 10 degrees.
Exactly. So, okay, but back to the tarot, because we do that.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
All right. So, okay, does anybody have any questions? Any of our viewers have questions about the tarot? Anything you want to know? Should we pull a card and read whatever it is? Like, I don't know. Does anybody want to? Do you want to read for anybody? I don't. I can read single. Like I can. Yeah, I can sort of. But you know what my problem is? It's the same problem I have with everything.
I read Amy last night, but I didn't do it with tarot. But like, I already know like things about her. I don't know if anybody else is still here.
All right, here's what. I'll pull a single card, and that will be a message for a single one of our viewers. I don't know which one. They'll know. That's what we're gonna do.
I don't do that either.
Somebody needs to hear something.
Nothing wrong
I don't
with
know
that.
what it is. I don't know what it is, but somebody needs to hear something. So, wait up. Here it is.
Frank?
It is the Magician. Okay. That's an interesting pull. Well, it's something about their skills. Like like somebody needs to hear something. Like I think that you need the confidence. You're wanting to do something, and you need the confidence that your skills are going to be sufficient, and they are. That's what I got. That's it.
I know who you are. You know who you are. I accept it. Say it.
But yeah, somebody
on,
might
own
be
this
doubting their
part.
skills, and this is
There
saying
you
that.
go. She just owned it.
Yeah, there was a thing about the skills that a magician was very. It was saying like, hey, that's that. So yes, you're enough. You have the skills that you need. I don't know what it is, but you do have them. They're gonna get you there.
We just had this conversation yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, we
Oh
did.
wow, that's funny. See, maybe I should read for people. I don't know.
I told you you should join the circle.
I know, you tell me all the time. I know I have. I know I can. But it's just, it happens very weirdly for me. It happens like moments like this, where all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, I gotta do this thing. Or the same thing will happen, like I'll send healing energy for people, like I did with you the other day, right? But I'll offer very rarely. The odd person, it's not something I offer as a service, it's not something but all of a sudden, I'll be on Facebook, on a group, whatever, having a discussion. Somebody shows up, says one thing, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Would you like me to send you some healing energy? And they're like, what? I'm just like, I think you need it. Like, would that help you? And they're like, okay. And then I'll do it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. That's, that was it. And somebody else will ask. And I'll be like, no, I don't do that. Because it's not being asked of me. I don't know. There's something in my intuition that tells me when I have to and when I have to not. And sometimes it's hard not to. Sometimes it's harder not to than to actually send the energy.
Let me see something. So just so everybody knows, I'm trying to see what day Halloween's on. It's on a Monday. Okay. So I wanted to make sure we wasn't scheduled for a live that day. So on Halloween every year for the last, I don't know, like 4 years, 5 years, it's been a while, we do a live tarot party, and we do readings for people on live. So if anyone is interested in that, it's going to be posted on my page, Inspired Spirit. And I'll give you a number to call. You can call in, or you can come in Zoom, and you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be, but you can hear your reading without your camera. So that'll be October 31st. I don't know the time yet. Just be on the lookout for that.
So you're in Louisiana. Halloween must be something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's barely anything here. It's like the kids are freezing and barely going trick-or-treating, or it's raining, and it's always disgusting. It's like, okay, really?
Oh, I usually fix about 150 bags for kids. And
Yeah.
They're usually just about all gone or all gone.
Wow.
So that's at least 150 kids.
Holy crap. Oh my god. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's yeah, no, I don't get. Wow, okay. Something just decided that the colors I had picked were not adequate. What the hell just happened? Did you call on some weird spirit? Alright, let's see. That was very strange, actually. Including that light. That light went off. That's why. Maybe. Okay, that was weird. Alright, let's go to it. What?
Okay. So do we have any questions in the chat before we end the live? Or we have anything else to cover tonight? That
Even even if you guys don't come up with questions now, like even if you come up later, like come to the site, to the Live with Jill and Frank, and go like, oh yeah, how about you guys, could you talk about this, about the tarot? Could you talk about, I barely mentioned, I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in, if anybody would like to hear about it, but this thing I was trying to show before. That's the Tree of Life. That is from the mystical Kabbalah. That's the system that I use for reaching many things anyways, but it's a model of the universe, and it works a little bit like the chakras. If in some ways it is energetic centers as well, but it's a whole system of mapping yourself in the universe, and it also maps the tarot. The entire thing is also so if that's something people would like to see, I could do a presentation on it at some point, tying it to the tarot.
You should do that and put that on your YouTube for sure, Frank.
Yeah, it's a vast subject, so it's humongous. It's a humongous subject, and I'm not by any means am I a scholar at it. It's because it's a living system, so it's like think of it as if you had like the 10 sephirots, the 10 circles. Think of it as 10 drawers. So now when you go about life, everything you come across goes in one of those 10 drawers, right? Now, on top of it, if after that you want to practice magic, well, now when you want to affect one thing, you go, oh, what drawer is that thing in? And you go, oh, that's the orange drawer. Oh, okay, cool. What else is in that orange drawer? Therefore, that entire list of things will affect it, will vibrate at the same frequency of it. So now you learn what vibrates at what because like you hear people with the law of attraction, they say you got to vibrate at the right frequency, and it's like, okay, great. I have a university diploma in audio, so I understand frequencies. So what frequency should I vibrate at? Like, what are you, there has to be a precise frequency. Like, how am I affecting things? And so what this gives you is sort of a map of the different frequencies, but they change. It becomes your own system, right? So one day you might put something in one of the drawers, and then find out later, go, you know what? No, I think it fits better in the other one, or it might be able to go in both, right? Mm-hmm. A tomato can be in the fruit drawer or in the vegetable drawer, right? That was a crappy example. Maybe I should not try to teach anything.
Tomato? Tomato.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But anyway, it's an incredible system that has, for me, has brought so much to my life. Because everything, you start understanding the meaning of everything. That's strong. I'm telling you, people. Then you end up spending most of your days in the woods with the animals, and seriously, I feel like Mary Poppins sometimes. I have the little birds chirping around me.
So if we have no other comments, I'm gonna give that deck away.
That is very true. So we
only have one person that commented the phrase.
Juanita. Oh, okay. They had to do the phrase. Oh.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
You look through them. Here's your last chance if you want to be in the running.
Anybody want to say good vibes for us?
Good vibes, and the replay will be out of this, just so you know, because I'm gonna do this giveaway now live. You can still type in good vibes if you want to send us good vibes. So, okay.
I'm trying to go online on our site.
Good vibes in the chat to win the tarot deck. So how about we you want to play our video to end, since we didn't play it to begin with?
We could do that.
We
could do that.
I'm gonna say good vibes. Go on once. Miss Juanita, good vibes. That's 2.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Revive's going twice.
Nice.
Okay, so it's going to be between Miss Juanita and Miss Amy. So I am going to
I love
write.
both equally. They were
I'm
both
going
with
to
us the
write
whole night.
down a number from 1 to 10, and the first one to go to guess the number without going over will win. Don't guess yet. Give me a second to write a number down. Okay, so a number between 1 and 10. First one to guess it without going over. Oh, no, the wrong way. Miss Juanita says 6. What you got, Amy?
I feel I should have a drum
I
roll
think the
or
closest
something.
one without going over, right, Frank?
Wait up.
9. Okay.
Oh, give me a second. I have something for us.
So, Miss Juanita, the deck is yours.
I
Amy,
was
you
trying
went
to find
over.
this music.
So the number was 8. Where's my damn camera?
Number 8.
Just contact me privately to get the deck, Miss Juanita.
Well, again, I like to apologize for the technical difficulties we had. I'm really happy you guys stayed with us and ended up accompanying us tonight.
I didn't go pull it out my office yet. I have like a few decks because I sell tarot cards too. But yeah, you can message me privately. You want me to go get it now, or you want me to go get it now to show
If you want.
before we end? You can play the video while I go get it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, we had a little video that was made by our friend Jill, and it's actually a really nice video, so it's worth watching. All right, here it goes, you guys. It was our intro video, which we really did an intro with. And so that was supposed to be our intro, and
Okay.
Jill did such a good job.
So-
So
I actually only have one deck of tarot cards, but I have 3 oracle decks. You can pick whichever one you want. These are the tarot cards. It's
I've seen this before.
the
Wait up.
Wildwood Tarot.
Here, wait up. Let me bring you. How do I do this? There we go.
And these are the oracle cards. It's the Oracle of the Mermaids, Goddess Guidance, or Archangel. So let me know which one
That
you
sounds
want, Miss
fun.
Juanita.
I like angels.
That's the one she's gonna pick.
We don't know.
God of Goddess, I was wrong. Whew.
Haha. See?
It's not God of
Amy
Guidance.
has all of them. So there
It's
you
not
go. It worked
God
out.
Guidance is goddess guidance.
Oh, goddess guidance. Yes.
So it's not God, it's goddess.
Even better.
So that's the one you want?
Okay.
Okay. It's yours, Miss Juanita.
Now you'll have to come back and give us readings. Well, you have to come back anyways, next Tuesday. What are we talking about next Tuesday? Have you thought about it?
Week.
That's true, eh?
I think last week she had to miss. She caught the replay though.
See, I feel disadvantaged. You always know all the people. I'm like,
Small
okay.
town.
I think it's because I haven't been noisy enough on my page to say, hey, come on, show up. Well, I don't know. My page has been dormant for so long that I don't have time.
Okay.
If this wasn't scheduled, I probably would never do it.
That's the thing about scheduling. I just have to get my stuff together. Today was a long day. Like, I now stopped working all day since 7:30 this morning. Like, not one time.
All right. So, should we say bye?
Yes.
All right, guys. So, once again, welcome for coming. You can find us at Inspired Spirit with Jill Petrie, or at Boundless Mind for myself, either on Facebook or on YouTube. And you can always contact me through any of those sites if anybody's interested in coaching or needs help with anything spiritual. Same with Jill. You can contact that Inspired Spirit for mediumship, for readings. Well, thank you, Amy. We also had a great time, I think. I can speak for myself anyways.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah. Thanks for participating.
Always good
this
to
really helps.
Communicate with the public and give a little bit of our beliefs and mix it in with yours, and then you have a stew.
Yeah, I like
Or a gumbo.
hearing new things about people, or hearing, meeting people, learning about people. That's all right. Well, all that being said, I guess that's it. We're gonna wish you all a good night and go to sleep ourselves. I gotta work in the morning.
All right. Good night,
Take care,
everyone.
guys.
See you on Tuesday.
See you on the next one.